Good morning, everyone. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Thumbs up if you can. You can't hear me very well? It says that the audio is working, so can you hear me now? No?
Can't hear you, Rachel.
That's odd. Okay, let me just have a look.
You're muted, Rachel. You're muted.
No, I'm not.
You're muted.
Oh, yes, I am. How many times? I've only done this for 2 years. No, I was looking at my other audio input. I'm definitely, I have my microphone on. It's working fine. Thank you very much for telling me that. So welcome, everyone. We've got Zana in the studio behind me. She's my face-to-face person, my one person. And welcome to all the rest of you from all over. And well done, parabéns. From Brazil, all the way from Brazil. Bom dia. Okay, so if anyone's got any questions, there will be a little bit of time at the end to ask questions. If you are new to Iyengar Yoga, because there's a couple of you that have logged in that I know are new to Iyengar Yoga, just listen to the instructions, be open-minded, take it as it comes. I'm usually very clear with my instructions, but if there's anything, sorry, there's the camera. If there's anything you don't understand, feel free to unmute and say, I don't understand what you're talking about, which is quite common, I should think, from some of my regular students. And if you're in any doubt at all, let's see, who should we pick on? Yeah, just follow Julia. She knows what she's doing if you can't work out what we're doing. But it's going to be a very... a class with standing poses and a couple of inversions. So when it comes to the inversions, I'll give you some alternatives if you're not used to doing inverted poses. Okay, but we're going to start now. So make sure you're muted. And we'll start with, sorry to turn my back on you, Zana, but you can see me, I think. We're going to start as we traditionally do in this tradition of Iyengar Yoga, and that is with the invocation to Patanjali. So even if you're not used to the chant, just make sure you're seated, ready for the practice. Sit with your legs crossed. Bring your hands down beside you. Lift up through the sides of your body. Pin your shoulders back. And start to settle yourself, ready for the practice. Feel the crown of the head is in line with the tailbone, the tip of the tailbone. And especially in this screen age, watch that you're not pushing your head forward. So keep the corners of the eyes moving back, and then bring the palms together in front of the chest and close the eyes and draw your senses inwards. Take a couple of deeper inhalations, deeper exhalations. And feel that broadness across the collarbones, as well as the back of the chest, the top of the shoulders, top of the shoulder blades. Feel the skin from the tops of the shoulders rolling down towards the waist. So we begin the chant with 3 Om sounds, so you can join with me, and those that know the invocation, you can chant at home. Yogena citasya padena vacham malam sharirasya javaidyakena yopa karotam pravaram muninam Patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi abahu purushakaram Shankachakra Siddharinam Sahasra Shirasam Svetam Pranamami Patanjalim Hari Om. Maintaining that lift in the chest, bow the head in towards the heart. And we pay our respects at this moment to our teachers and to Patanjali, BKS Iyengar. And then release the hands, raise the head, open the eyes, extend the legs. Okay, so we're going to start off with a pose called Adamokovirasana. So if you're not sure of the names, you just watch me. I'll demonstrate each pose, and the rest of you who know the poses, just go ahead. But we'll come to the back edge of the mat, put the big toes together, and sit on the heels. If you've got any knee problems, you can sit on a block to keep the space behind the back of the knee, and then extend the shin bones forwards. Go forwards, take the trunk down, move the forehead towards the floor. If it doesn't reach, put a block or a brick underneath the head and keep the head down. So I'm going to be looking at the screen as much as I can to give you a few pointers if there's any problems that I spot, but try to have the camera so that I can see you. So, Sally, Rich, you need to, well, actually, you know what you're doing, so you're okay, but just so you know, I can only see your ceiling at the moment. Okay, now press the buttocks back into the heels. So feel as if you've got really good contact between the buttock flesh and the heel bones, or if you have to sit on a lift because you've got knee issues, press the buttocks into that lift. And then as you're extending forwards, feel as if the outer hips are moving back, the trunk is moving forwards, the arms are extending forwards, and then that means that the whole of the spinal muscles is extending, side ribs, abdomen, all of those areas opening up, ready for the practice. Don't have the elbows on the floor. This is a dynamic extension of the arms. Spread your fingers, but keep the head quiet. All right, and then from there you can come into downward facing dog, Adamokovirasana. So come onto the hands and knees, and I would take the hands and feet as wide as the mat to start with. Straighten the arms, straighten the legs, come up. Lift the heels up as high as you can. Move your chest towards your legs, and then stretch the heels back and down towards the floor. Feel as if the top of the thigh, top of the shin bone is moving back. So you're really powering the legs back to take the weight off the arms. So don't have the arms over the wrists. The body should be moving towards the legs so that there's an equal weight between the hands and the feet. And the more you work the legs, the more you can work the arms efficiently. So lift those inner shoulders up. Lift the shoulder blades, press the shoulder blades into the back so that the armpits open, the chest opens, the neck is then free. Now walk your feet forwards towards your hands and still keep the feet as wide as the mat for Uttanasana. So the outer edges of the feet are on the edges of the mat, and you can fold the elbows and bring the head down. Keep the legs straight. Anyone with lower back issues, you could do a half forward bend to the wall. Just fold the elbows, Manju. Don't put the palms down. Fold your elbows. Hold like this. Move the elbows down. That's it. Hold your elbows. Fold your elbows. I think you're using a very small device there. Yeah, and keep the legs straight. Body down, legs straight. That's it. So feel as if your buttock bones are very tall, legs very long. Change the fold of the elbows. Good, all right, and then release the arms, look forwards and come up and stand up. All right so far? Getting nice and warm? Okay, so it's quite cold in the studio today, so I'm glad I put the heaters on early. All right, so bring your legs together. We're going to stand in Padasana for a moment. So join the inner edges of your feet, and from your big toe mound, spread to the little toe. If you've got the knee joints that don't allow the feet to come together, then look down and make sure that the inner edges of the feet are parallel. But if you can, bring the feet so that they touch. Stretch your arms down so the palms face your thighs. Pin your shoulders back. Again, if you've got the device sort of lower than eye level, which most of us do, don't we? Unless we've got a kind of a screen right in front. Watch that you're not pushing your head forwards. Keep the ears back. Keep the corners of the eyes back. Keep the jawline back so that the back of the skull is in line with the tailbone. Now take the arms forwards, interlock your fingers, thumbs touching as well. Turn your palms away, take the arms up. Urdhva Padangiliasana, this is called. So it's upward facing bound fingers. Sounds better in Sanskrit. Squeeze the legs together, press the palms to the ceiling, towards the ceiling. That's it. Lift the ribs. And that means not just the front ribs, so that you're not pushing your belly forwards, but the side and the back ribs also. Lift those kneecaps. Bring the arms forwards and down. Now, if you're not familiar with the change of the cross of the fingers, I'm bringing the hands really close. Change the cross of the fingers by moving the fingers over one. So you're going from being right-handed to left-handed, or vice versa. Then turn the palms away. Repeat. Take the arms up. Stretch up. Press the palms to the ceiling. Grip those upper arm bones in. Lift your ribs. Front, sides, back. Try and move the arms a little further back towards the backs of the ears. And now bring the arms down. Release, stretch the arms by your sides. Now we're taking Gomukhasana next. So I'm turning my back to you. You don't have to turn your back to me. I'm turning my back to the camera so you can see. We're going to bring that left arm into the middle of the spine. The right arm, stretch it up and then drop the hand back. See if you can catch. So do that with your left arm first. If you need to use a belt, use a belt. So Manju, we're doing Gomukhasana, not Paschima, although that looks very nice. But we're doing this one, Manju. So turn around and have a look at the screen. We're doing, Gomukhasana. That light's very low. Can you see? So we're gripping the hands this way. So holding that's it, yeah. That's the one. Okay, now don't get disappointed if you don't catch. You know, a lot of people don't catch, but try and keep the top elbow in. So if you're using a belt, hold the belt but pull on the belt. So top elbow in, Sue. Yes, and by the way, nice to see you. It's been a long time. Okay, and then release. Down you come. And change. So this is my more difficult side, my right shoulder. So it is stiffer. So I have to use my left hand just to help to guide that hand into place. And then the other arm, stretch it up. The left arm, stretch it up as high as you can. And then drop it back so that you keep the length in the side of the body. And then you're more likely to catch. If you just sort of, throw the arm over, there's no extension. You have to get that to lift, extend, and then the hand will come down and catch, maybe. Yes, that's it. Head back, chin up, chest up. Okay, and then release, and down you come. Roll those shoulders back. So if you find that difficult, you know what I'm going to say. Practice it every day. Practice it every day. Just for a week. And you'll notice a huge improvement. And also on the more difficult side, you have one side that feels impossible. Do that side twice. Do it an asymmetric practice because that will really help to even out the difference in the two sides. Okay, now let's come to our standing poses. So we're going to do Virabhadrasana 2 first, Warrior Pose 2. All right, so just remind everyone of the pose. You can jump or step the feet wide. You turn your feet to the right, and then you're going to bend your right leg. Okay, that's Warrior Pose 2, Virabhadrasana 2. All right, so from Tadasana, bring the arms to the center chest. So elbows nice and high, bend your knees, and then jump or step. Anyone with lower back problems, knee problems, just step, and throw the arms out. Get as much space between the center of the chest and the fingertips as you can. Turn your left foot only a smidgen in, not very much at all. Turn the whole of the right leg and see that your right heel is in line with your left arch. I'm feeling a bit short in this side, so I'm going to widen my stride slightly. I think, Julia, you could widen your stride a little bit more. Okay, now keep that lift of the spinal column, head back, bend your right leg, check that your right knee is over your ankle and not coming forwards towards the screen. Extend your left arm back and turn your head and look along your right arm. Those with shoulder injuries, you can put the hands on the hips, but keep working the shoulders back so that you keep the chest nice and open. That's it. See if you can bend a little bit more deeply, keeping a firm grip in the outer left hip. Draw back the outer right thigh into the hip, and then inhale, come up, turn the feet, and then we'll go to the other side. So right foot in, left leg out. See if you can keep the arms up in between, especially if you're a teacher. You have to get the stamina. And then bend the left leg. Bend the left leg. Don't let your shin bone go beyond the ankle. So the shin bone should be vertical. Even if you don't get a right angle bend, at least have the shin bone vertical. And then pull back the outer left thigh towards the hip. Extend from the inner left groin to the inner left knee. Keep the right arm extending back and turn the head, look along your left arm. Go a little bit deeper into the bend if you can. That's it. And now inhale, come up. Turn the feet, jump the legs back together or step the legs back together. Take the arms down, Padasana. And breathe. Okay, so triangle pose is next. So if you need to take a block for triangle pose, Trikhanasana, you can take a block. You can catch the leg, you can take the hands to the floor. I don't know, I know a lot of you, and I know your practice, but some of you I don't know. So I'm relying on you to take the props that you need for your practice. Okay, so bring the arms to the center chest, elbows nice and high, jump the arms and legs to the side. This is Uttita, Hasta, Padasana. So this is the starting point of all your standing poses. Turn your feet again to the right, left foot in, right leg out. So now the legs stay super straight. We've got to lift the kneecaps, lift the thighs, keep the abdomen turning from right to left so you're not shifting this hip out, this hip stays in. Raise the right arm, and then on an exhalation, extend to your right, bring your hand down to catch the ankle or bring your hand to the floor or put your hand on a brick. Again, shoulder problems, you can keep the left arm down. Otherwise, keep the left arm extending up. Spread the little toe edge of the left foot into the floor. Really press the outer edge of the left foot down. Turn the abdomen from back to front, so the right side of the abdomen is trying to turn towards the left. Lengthen the front spine, chin away from the chest, turn the head and look up towards the thumb. If this is problematic in the neck, just keep the head looking forwards. Anyone with high blood pressure, keep the head looking down. And breathe. Press the top of the left thigh back. And again, feel that contraction of the outer right thigh into the outer hip. So you're not collapsing your body over your leg. Now to come up, press the outer edge of the left foot down more firmly. Stretch that left arm as if someone's pulling you up out of the pose. Turn your feet to the front. Stretch your arms down for a moment, but really extend them down. Palms facing each other. Feet parallel. Inhale, raise the arms. Turn the right foot in, left leg out. There should be a wedge somewhere, actually. I think it's under the... Oh, it's on the windowsill, there's a wedge. Yeah. Okay, she uses a wedge. Ask me what a wedge is later, I'll tell you. All right, now raise the left arm up. We turn the feet to the left, raise the left arm up. Exhale, extend to the left. Reach out as far as you can. Reach out. Try not to sort of bend in the waist, but extend from the hip. Take that left arm down, hold the ankle or hold the shin or hold the brick or be on the floor and extend the top arm up. Turn the abdomen and chest from back to front, from left to right, and then lengthen the chin away from the chest before you turn the head and look up at the thumb. That's it. Stretch the outer edge of the right foot down. Keep the left buttock moving forwards, rotation of the left thigh from inside out. And now inhale, come up, turn the feet, jump or step the legs together and stretch the arms down. Take some deep breaths. Okay, so turn on sideways on your mat, have your feet about hip width apart. I've got to watch the light, it's very low here. And then take the arms up. Now, if you've got a lower back issue, you might want to do this by going forwards first from the hips and then put the arms down. But if you can, take the arms up, fold your elbows. Exhale, come forwards, Uttanasana. Keep the elbows folded. That's it. So when the elbows are folded, the weight of the arms, the weight of the elbows helps the back of the knee ligaments to stay more open. So we have different arm positions in Uttanasana, different leg positions to make slightly different effects, to emphasize slightly different areas in the body. Sometimes we hold the legs, for example, we hold the backs of the legs to kind of draw ourselves down more. But here we're using gravity and the weight of the arms when they're folded. So change the fold of the elbows. If the back if the hamstrings are tight, make sure that the toes are turned slightly inwards and that you have the feet a bit wider than hip width to give you that space in the hamstring. Good, all right, and then you can inhale and come up and stand up. So we're going through these standing poses quite quickly. If you get tired, you know, if you're recovering from illness or anything like that, you can just revert back to Uttanasana, or you can lie on your back and bring your knees to the chest, okay? But we've just got a few more standings to do, and then we'll come to an inversion and then to the floor. All right, so Padasana. Now, Padasana, I'm going to show with a brick so that you, just to double check, you know how to use the brick. You can have a tall brick, you can have a low brick or a block. If you don't have anything, get a big book or something like that. And then you're going to bend that right leg. So this is the Virabhadrasana 2 action. Then you extend. This is like the Trikhanasana action. Hand comes down onto the brick or the floor, and then this arm comes over. So it's a bit like when we were standing up, taking the arms up. Okay, it's the same action. All right, so if you want to use a brick or two, put the bricks on the back edge of the mat so they're not going to get in the way when you jump. From Tadasana, bring the arms to the center chest, jump the legs wide. Turn the feet to the right, left foot in a little bit, right leg out, because you don't want to turn it too much and bring that hip forwards. The top of the left hip should stay back. Now bend the right leg. Keep the extension from the inner groin to the inner heel on the back leg. Outer left hip gripped in. Now lengthen your trunk towards the right. Extend, extend, extend. Bring that hand down onto your brick, onto the floor. So don't drop the left shoulder forwards. Keep turning that left shoulder back. Take the left arm up, turn the arm, and from the outer edge of your left foot, extend the arm over the head. That's it. Try and keep the arm further back. Don't bend the elbow. So it's really strong, straight arm. That's it. Paja means the side, kona is angle. So you're making an angle, an extension through the whole side of the body. So the arm shouldn't be breaking that extension. Yes. So if in doubt, bring the arm a bit higher up. Yes. Now, the outside edge of your left side, the left ribs, roll them towards the back of the room. Roll them to the space behind you. So you're really trying to turn away from the floor. Now, inhale and come up. Turn the feet to the front. Take your brick to the other side if you're using it. If you've got, stiff hips or poorly hips, or you're not used to these big extensions, have the brick really high. Have a high lift for your hand. Or the alternative, if you haven't got any props, you rest your elbow on your knee, okay? But don't do this and push the bottom back. Otherwise, you're pushing the hip socket out, all right? That's really important in standing poses to keep that buttock gripped in. Okay, so turn your feet to the left. Extend the arms out. Bend the left leg. Make sure your knee's not going forwards over that ankle. So have a wide enough stride so the shin bone is vertical. And now extend your trunk to the left. Reach out as far as you can. Take that left hand down onto your brick, tall, short, doesn't matter. Okay, so Judy Holman, put your elbow on your knee because your trunk is going forwards and your buttocks are going back. So you're pushing your hip joint out. Yeah. So put your left elbow on your knee. That's better. Now all of you raise the right arm up, turn the arm, extend the arm over. So you really should see that your chest is turning to look at the ceiling, not at the floor. Really, really important in these standing poses. Keep that left buttock grip forwards and press your left knee back onto the arm. There's some heavy breathing coming from behind me. Okay, go on, Sue, extend that arm more. Reach, reach, reach. Now inhale, come up. Turn the feet and bring the legs back together. Stretch the arms down. Yeah, let me just explain that about the buttock for those that aren't aware. So if I go down, this is the side, I've got a slight hip thing going on here. So if I go down to the floor, sometimes my buttock goes out. So I have to grip that buttock in, and actually it's better for me to have a bit of a lift here. So that if I go too low, I lose that connection, and all the force of the pose is going through my hip joint, which is not good, not good. So being on a high lift is not a failure at all. It's actually an intelligent way to work on the hips, and then you can get the chest to turn and be in a much better position rather than this action, which is not great. And you can't maintain it either. You can't maintain the pose for very long. All right, so just I'm rushing through these instructions because I've got to pack this in and give you as much information as possible without kind of giving you too much. So we're going to do a turning standing pose now. So just watch, just watch. If you struggle to get to the floor, you can grab a chair for this one and put your hands on a chair. If you've got 2 bricks, you can take 2 bricks instead. Okay, and if you haven't got anything of that nature, you'll just have to do it with your hands on your hips. But watch first, we're going to do Padasana. So we'll be turning towards the front leg, so that'll be your right leg. We're going to take the arms up and then go forwards. Then you're either going to be on the chair, on the bricks, or the floor. All right? So Padasana, turning pose. So you decide what support you need. And if you're feeling a bit weary, go for a chair. Doesn't mean you're not working. You'll still get a good extension. All right, now jump the legs wide. And we'll keep the arms parallel to the floor to start with. Now turn your feet. So the left foot deep in. Start to turn your hips and trunk and chest to face towards the right leg. Now turn the arms so the palms are facing the ceiling and bring the arms up. Really stretch up. Create space and length in the chest. Inhale, as you exhale, come forwards, reach as far forwards as you can, and then bring the hands down either side of your foot or onto the chair or onto your blocks. That's it. Just look forwards for a moment. Arms are straight. Chest is coming forwards. Outer right hip is moving back and the left outer hip is rolling forwards. All right, now those that can go lower, press your palms, bring your hands further back towards the left foot and bring the head down towards the shin. Karen, extend your arms further forwards on that chair. Move the chair further away. Yeah, like that. Get some length rather than going down. That's it. No, go and push your arms forwards. Extend your ribs. That's better. And try and relax around your shoulders. Good. Press the outside edge of your right foot down, left foot down. Natasha, try and turn your left heel out a bit more. No, out. The other. No, your left heel. Not your. That's it. And that will bring that left hip round a bit more. That's better. Good. All right. Now, to come up, put your hands on your hips and swing up. Yes, don't fall over, please. Okay, and then come back to the center. And if you've got chairs or blocks, you might have to move them to the other side. Just come back to the center with the legs together, actually. Let's start from the beginning on this one. So just stretch the arms down, be in Tadasana. And now bring the arms to the center chest. Once again, jump or step. If you've got lots of equipment, it's always best to just double check you're not going to jump on it. Okay, now turn your right foot as much in as you can. Let the heel slide out a bit more. So you bring that outer right hip around. Turn everything towards the left leg now. Then turn the arms, take the arms up, lift up. Exhale, go forwards. Take the hands down onto your chair, your blocks, whatever you've got there. Look forwards with the chest to start with. Roll the outer right hip forwards. So you might need to turn the heel out a bit more. Turn that outer thigh forwards. Then bend the elbows. Take the head down towards your left shin or extend the arms further on your chair. Oh, well done, Harriet. Yeah. Get his hips level. That's it. Press the outside edge of your right foot down. Let the head drop. Let the head drop. Let the head go. Bring the, Natasha, bring the bricks back towards the back foot a bit more and lower them if you can. Because I think you can probably go to the floor, actually. Got nice long arms. You can go to the floor. All right, and now you can raise the chest, come up, come all the way out, and stand up and bring your legs back together. Stretch the arms down. Well done. All right, and then roll the shoulders back. So we're going to do one more standing pose. Well, no, actually, sorry, I lie. Yoga teachers often lie. We're going to, because they get excited and put more things in. We're going to do 2 more standing poses. Now, this next one is a balanced standing pose, and you can do it in many, many different ways. The easiest way is to do it with your hands at the wall, where you step back from a wall, legs are vertical, trunk parallel to the floor, and you raise your left leg, for example. This is Virabhadrasana 3, supported. Okay, so I recommend that if you've got balance issues, to do it that way. Otherwise, you can watch me fall over now, because I'll demonstrate the pose. So we're going to take legs apart, jumping the legs apart. We're going to turn towards the right leg. Then we come into Virabhadrasana 1, briefly. Then we go forwards. We turn onto the toes of the back foot. I'm all falling over already. Turn onto the toes of the back foot. We come forwards, and then we raise the back leg and straighten the front leg. And then we come back. Good finish into Virabhadrasana 1. Come up, turn the feet. So I'll leave it up to you to choose whether you use the wall or whether you do the full pose. All right, no judgment. I'm not going to look much. Okay, but if you are using the wall, make sure that you don't swing your leg out. So keep the toes pointing down towards the floor. All right, so either at the wall or in the middle of your mat now. Bring your legs together. Bring the arms to the center chest. Then jump the legs wide. Turn the arms. Raise the arms up. Turn towards your right. So left foot deep in. Right leg is turned. Bend the right leg towards the right angle. That's it. Now extend your trunk forwards over your right leg. And then as you turn onto the toes of the back foot, lean the weight forwards towards the right leg and raise the back leg as you straighten the front leg. Hands should be forwards, not down on the floor. Yes, that's it, Natasha. I've got you now because of your wall hanging. I can see you really easily. Now turn the toes down towards the floor. See if you can stay for a few more seconds, like a warrior. And now stretch the left leg back, bending the right leg. Come back into a really good warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale, come up, turn the feet, and jump the legs back together. Okay, so when you do the pose, when you're going from standing, yes, you can do There's another variation where you just go like this, but it's not the classical pose. It's a kind of way in. The classical pose, you have to make sure that you get a really deep bend in the leg, because this trains the leg muscles. It gives you that movement forwards of the trunk, and then you hop the back leg in. And imagine you're trying to touch the wall to come up. You have to go forwards with the arms, all right? But don't forget to bend the leg first. All right, second side, up to you now. Arms to the chest, jump the legs wide. Turn the arms, take the arms up. Now turn the feet. Right foot in, left leg turning out. That's it. Now bend the left leg. Go deep into that bend. Don't think about the next pose yet. See, you're already gone, Judy. You've already gone. Don't think about it. Bend the left leg. Be in the moment. Now extend your body forwards over that left thigh. Reach as far forwards as you can. And then as you move the weight forwards, hop the back leg in and raise the back leg. That's it. If you touch the wall, use it. Can you straighten the standing leg, Emma? Go on, pull that thigh up. Pull the thigh up. Well done. Now bend the left leg, step back into Vira 1. Have a really good finish to your pose. And then inhale, come up, straighten the leg, and be in Tadasana. All of you come back to Tadasana. Well done. It's not an easy pose to balance in, but it really demands strength here. So it teaches you strength as well as, you know, you have to maintain that. And one area that you have to work on is this outer thigh. The more you pull up, this is on the standing leg, on the leg that you bend towards and then you stand on. This outer thigh muscle here has to lift up very strongly, and then you'll be able to do the pose a little bit more easily. But certainly putting the hands at the wall gives you that ability to at least practice it. Now, the final standing pose we're going to do, I want you to get something to put your head on, and you could use a chair, actually. We're going to take the feet at the back edge of the mat for Prasarita Padottanasana. Just watch for a second. You're going to bring the hands down and then your head down. So the head needs to be either on the floor or on a brick or even on a chair, and you can fold the elbows on the chair, okay? But have the head supported, don't have it hanging. All right, feet nice and wide, toes turned slightly in. You can just step the feet apart, put the heels on the back edge of your mat, or at least have the feet so that they look as if they're level with each other. Toes turned slightly in. Put your hands on the tops of your, where your hip bones are, and bend forwards from the hips. Take the hands under the shoulders first. Get that length in your trunk. Take a few breaths. Keep a firm grip of the outer hips. So imagine you're squeezing a ball between the inner thighs. Then slide the hands back, palms down, head down. If you don't reach the floor, take something. If you're tired and you want to rest your elbows on the chair, then do that. Especially if you're in recovery from some illness, then take that opportunity to rest. This is a very quiet pose. It's strong in the legs, absolutely. But the head is supported to bring the quietness into the brain. Keep working the outer edges of the feet. Jill, you're a little bit too wide in your legs. So your hips are dropping. Yeah, that's it, that's it. Keep the very tops of your thighs moving back and the outer knee ligaments moving back. Make sure the toes are, although the toe mounds, the metatarsals are pressing down, the digits of the toes should be relaxed. Just another half a minute. So really work the legs, but almost feel as if the trunk is cascading downwards. Susanna, lift the shoulders slightly. Yeah, yes, that's it. All right, and then you can walk your feet towards each other a little bit more, straighten the arms, and then come up and walk your feet together and stand up. Okay, so I'm going to give you two choices now. First choice is Shishasana. For those that do head balance regularly, you're going to do Shishasana. It's only going to be 2 to 3 minutes, if that, okay, because this is a short class. Those that don't normally do head balance or inversions, or you have any contraindications, where did I put my belt? If you can do, if you take a belt, and what you're going to do is Urdhva Prasarita Padasana, which basically means you're taking the legs up and extending them to 90 degrees. So don't bring them towards the body, keep them at 90 degrees and hold a belt. If you want to, you can practice taking the arms over and keeping the legs there for a minute and then re-hold the belt again. Okay? So that's what you're going to do if you are not inverting. And if you're menstruating, you can do Supta Swastikasana. So that's when we lie with our legs crossed, hold the feet towards the buttocks, and then lie there so the belly is nice and soft. And again, you can take your arms over. All right, so that's an extra one for you. All right, so either take the legs up with the belt around the feet. If you're not sure, if you missed the demo, then Jill won't mind if I pin her. Then this is what you're going to do. The dog is optional, but the legs should be vertical. Looks like he's checking out to see if your legs are vertical or not. Okay. All right, so the rest of you go on up now into your head balance. And think about that lift in your shoulders. Oh, I think Xana's up because the wall just collapsed. Think of that lift in your shoulders. But first of all, establish the forearms pressing down, the outer wrists rolling in. Those of you on the floor, keep your shoulders down on the floor so your chest stays nice and open. Yeah. And work the feet up into the belt. If you want to take the arms over and extend the arms and work with the legs unsupported for a minute, you can do that. For Xana, you need to move your legs away from the cupboard. The other way. The other way. Yeah, there. That's it. And all of you roll the front thighs towards each other. Broaden the backs of the legs. Those of you in head balance, keep the upper back thoracic moving into the chest, towards the chest, and lift those outer hips up. Stretch your heels up. Joe, bring your legs a tiny bit further back and upper back in. Oh, sorry, Joe Ounce did. Joe Morphy, bring your waist back. Yes, that's it. All of you stretch the heels up, whether you've got your legs inverted from the head or you're lying on your back. Rita, grip your outer right hip in. Move your legs towards the cat, towards Bilu. That's it. See, I even know the names of people's pets now. Although I knew him before, so. Karen, stretch your heels more. Bring the belt around your toe. Yeah, that's it. Yes, I know it hurts more, but it's better medicine, stronger medicine for those calves. Okay, well done everyone. And then you can all come down from whatever pose you're in. Those of you doing head balance, just come into Adamokovirasana. And those of you lying on your back, hug your knees towards your chest. So in effect, you're doing the same thing. You can release the head and the arms back. And those of you lying on the floor, bring your knees to your chest. Okay, so it's the same shape, but one's upside down. And now those doing head balance, you also turn onto your back and hold your knees to your chest for Uttanasana. And all of you keep hold of the right knee. If there's pain in your knee when you hold it like this, hold the back of the knee and then stretch your left leg away. Push into the left heel. Press your outer shoulders down. And then change legs. Stretch the right leg away, bringing the left knee towards the chest. And then repeat once more. Really relax the right foot, but extend the left heel. So the left leg is tractioning the lower back. The right leg is creating weight to release the right side of the lower back. And then change last time. Extend that right heel, but keep the left leg, foot soft. All right, and then you can just bring the feet to the floor, roll to your side and come up. Now, if you've got anything resembling foam blocks, you're going to take foam blocks, and although you might not relish the idea, the higher the lift, the better. The higher the lift, the better. If you've only got 2 foam blocks, just use 2 foam blocks. If you've got 4, try for 4. We're going to do Setu Bandha, bridge pose with a support. And when you're stiff in this pose, you might want to have the feet raised slightly. So that could be feet at the wall, or if you have some more blocks or a bolster, you could use a bolster. When you get into this pose, some people sit on top of the blocks and then they fall off when they go back. Don't sit on top, sit forward so that the blocks are on the sacrum's on the edge of the blocks. So when you go back, your shoulders come down. So we're getting this lovely curve to the chest. The pelvis is lifted, so the groins are opening. You're going to stay with your legs bent for a while. Those of you that are not used to this too much, you can stay like this for a while and then stretch out a leg and see if you can reach the wall. It's helpful if the feet are pressed into the wall. Really helpful, because then it takes the edge off. Dare I say it, it's a bit easier. Okay, don't always do it with support. But can you see my legs are kind of parallel to the floor, and that means it's easier or more accessible. Okay, so that's what you're going to do before Shavasana, is Setu Bandha. Okay, so let me know if there's any questions.
So Rachel, shoulders on the floor.
Shoulders must be on the floor, yeah.
And then the rest on the
Yeah.
blocks.
So have some lift underneath your body. It could be a pile of blocks, it could be a cushion, it could be a bolster. So if you don't have any props at all, then yes, you can practice lifting the pelvis up like Chatush Padasana and then come down. Don't stay there too long. Come down and then go up again. Are you okay, Judy? You know what you're doing? Or do you want me to show again?
I just don't have any space to do it.
Okay, just do it with your legs bent. You've got your mat, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't see the floor, so I can't advise. So just do it on your mat.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that's it.
It's nice, isn't it?
It should feel nice. So Manju, have you got any cushions on that sofa next to you? No? Okay. Okay. So I tell you what, instead of, because this is supposed to be resting you now before Shavasana, so just bring your bottom down to the floor, Manju. Just come down. Yeah, bring the soles of your feet together and knees out to the side. Do Padasana. Bring the soles of the feet together. Yes, knees out to the side. No, soles of the feet flat together. Soles of the feet flat together, as if your feet are in prayer position. That's it. And then knees out to the side. Yes, and just rest the arms. Okay. Yeah. And you can all close your eyes. So keep the shoulders pressing down to create that curve. So it's called bridge pose. It's called Setu Bandha, bound. Well, it's actually Setu Bandha Shavasana. So supported bound bridge. But the bridge refers to the curve in your chest. If you imagine those old stone bridges with that beautiful shape, and this is what we're trying to create here, is this beautiful shape in the upper back. So often people get cramp in the lower back because the chest isn't sufficiently open. So you have to work on tucking those shoulders under, moving them towards the blocks, so that the thoracic spine lifts into the spine. It's almost like you've got an inflatable ball, yes, behind the back chest, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Your chest is getting bigger from the back to the front. And the legs have to work. But hopefully those of you with the feet at the wall will notice how the wall helps with that connection of the leg bones into the pelvis. Okay, and now all of you bend your knees, bring your feet flat to the floor, lift your hips as high as you can, and take the blocks out to the side, and slowly bring the back towards the floor. And just rest there for a moment. Don't suddenly start moving around, just let the back settle. Now we're going to come to Shavasana. When we come to Shavasana, don't just flop down and think, oh, thank God. Shavasana is a very auspicious and very important pose. So I always start my Shavasana, even after 25 years, 30 years of practice, I still do my Shavasana very, very specifically, because otherwise it just becomes a flop. So first of all, you might need support for your head. So you get that ready. And then always start in the center of your mat with your legs bent. Make sure you've got nothing around you that's going to get in the way of your hands or your feet. And then use your hands on the floor to roll the spine down. Then the blanket is under the head and the neck, not under the shoulders. Then you extend your legs and release the arms out to the sides. So give it some reverence. Make sure you're warm enough. Don't have your arms clamped into your sides. Give space in the chest so that there's space in the armpit chest. And turn the palms towards the ceiling. That will roll the bicep away from the side of the chest and allow the shoulders to release down. Close the eyes, let go. Relax all the muscles around the face, inside the mouth, tongue, throat, jawbone, lower jaw released away from the upper jaw. Let the breath direct the mind away from all of its thoughts, all of its chatter, all of its future thoughts, past thoughts, and just be with the breath, moment by moment. Let go everywhere, let loose everywhere. All right, and then you can bring your hands across your belly and take another breath or two, deeper breath, to prepare yourself for movement. Of course, you're in your own home, so you can stay in Shavasana for as long as you need to. But that's the end of the session today. Roll to your side and come up from the side. If anyone's got any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, thanks very much for coming. And see you next time, or enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now. Let me know any questions. You can always email me afterwards as well. Send me a text. And yeah, it's been really nice to teach you today. Bye for now. You're welcome. See you again.
Thank you.
Bye now. Lovely to see you all.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thanks, Rachel.
And thanks, Anna.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Rachel, lovely to see you, Rachel.
You too, Sue. Lovely. Lovely to see your name popping up.
Do you do these Zoom classes on a regular basis? I don't know why I've sort of missed them somehow.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, if you look at my calendar, we've got a full program of classes running every week. Yeah, 7 days a week. Yeah.
So there's no excuse from my side. That really
No.
Definitely have a look and see if I can find one that, because I haven't done an awful lot of yoga for a while, so I feel really, really stiff.
Yeah, there's lots of different levels. So, and you get recordings if you can't come, and you know, so it's yeah, it works very well. All right.
Yeah, lovely. See you soon.
See you everyone. Bye now. Bye.